So good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL in association with, that's the word I'm looking for, with Bristol Street Motors and Accelerate. And it's Thursday, which means that we are all about GT2, and we are here for our second of 4 endurance races in season 21. And at one of the OG Gran Turismo circuits, it is Grand Valley, making its FTRL endurance debut. Of course, we did one race last season, so it's not the first time I've seen it. There was the short. No, we did do both last season, didn't we? We did do the long version as well. Joining me in comms tonight, then, it is my fellow GT1 competitor. It is Sean. Good evening, SBY.
Oh, good evening. How's things?
Yeah,
I'm all right.
Good.
Absolutely looking forward to this. Should be very, very interesting.
Yeah, so yeah, the second of the 4 endurance races we've got for this season. As the cars are about to start making their way out for qualifying. So longer race tonight then. It is 35 laps, I believe.
Yep, believe so.
35 laps ahead of us then. Mixture of strategies here. So we've got all 3 tyre compounds available. However, the soft tyres can only be used during one stint of this race. So plenty of strategy to play out tonight. How are the guys going to get on then as they head out on to the track? Then we're back in the Subaru BRZ Group 3 car. And they're looking splendid as they start making their way around the circuit. Now, for those of you who are familiar with Gran Turismo, of course, Grand Valley on the original game and has been on every game apart from GT Sport, I believe.
Yes, that's right.
However, it has a bit of a change of location since it disappeared from the Gran Turismo franchise. Of course, it used to be Grand Valley Speedway, now Grand Valley Highway, which has given the game designers a little bit of freedom to create some lovely scenic views here, which we'll be blessed with over the course of the evening. Now, I'm on board with Jonesy, and he's looking very jerky already, which does not bode well for his collection. Seems to smooth that a little bit, so fingers crossed he can get through the race. Although, to be fair, he's not in my team, so I don't care if he lags out, it's fine.
Yeah, fingers crossed for him, but yeah, we'll see. Can't say I'm high in confidence.
Indeed. And so, making their way around to the tunnel, and we'll go on board for a somewhat jerky lap of Grand Valley then with our Brawn driver. Start to build up. Start off the flying lap then into the tunnel we go. He might, in fact, he's probably going to dive into the pits here, isn't he? Yeah, not going to work, is it? Right, let's find somebody on the soft tyre, if anybody.
That would be nobody, I would have thought. Oh, wait a minute. Blue flag's on the way through. Not on the soft tyre, but he's still going for a
blue flag, and he's probably getting a banker. Right, here we go then, across start finish line and start heading up the hill. Get over to the left hand side, you've got to pick your braking reference for this first hairpin. Probably one of the best overtaking opportunities on the circuit. And there we go, and now we start plunging down the hill then. Now we go left here for the full circuit. This series of sweeping high-speed bends. Watch out for track limits, they are very, very tight around here. Can't be straying too far over. Pick a braking reference. Down the gearbox then all the way to second gear. Even though the first there for blue flag to round the hairpin and gets that nose tucked in. And uses the track as speed starts to build. Into this very tricky double left-hander. Into the first bit, drift over to the right-hand side and back in the left for the uphill, downhill section there. Quick flick right. And then another one here down the gearbox into third. And then down to another hairpin second gear. Get the car turned, get the power down. Speed starts to build through the little tunnel. And we're going to hang a left again here. Aim for the white line. Second gear there, speed starts to build then. Short, straight, and then it'll flick right onto the bridge. Here comes the penalty zone as well. Keep an eye on that for the race. I do expect to see quite a few penalties in this one then. Across the bridge we go. We're looking for the 100-metre board. That's your braking reference. And down the gearbox we go. Second gear, get the nose pulled in. We're uphill, off camber. Watch that curb. Into this very Mickey Mouse flip-flop chicane. You want to ride the curves, but you've got to watch those bollards. You will get penalties then. Nicely through there then. Now speed's starting to build. We go across the final bridge, back over the water. Speed's starting to build then into the tunnel. Easy flick right. And now it is just a punch down the start. Finish straight. Lap time of blue flag is going to spank. Yes, there is a 1:49.7. Well, that's a tiny lap on the medium tyres on a full tank of fuel. Expecting though to see pole on the softs, probably around about low 48s. Rom has gone fastest of all. He's also done a lap there on the medium tyres. Just get a banker in. Looks like Dusty Fossil though he's on the medium still.
Yep. And he's still out on the mediums as well, just behind blue flag.
Mikey looks to be the first one. Let's look who we got first on track. We got on the softs.
Downhill this first section, so difficult. Just see Dusty Fossil going wide there, and he's picked up a penalty as well. Ooh.
Yeah, I imagine he's going to be diving into the pits there to get onto the soft tyre.
Yeah, the first section, absolute penalty city. And then as you come out from the hairpin around to these sort of tricky section of lefts and rights, there's not really many places to pass, but you can get a lot of overspeed if the person in front of you gets it wrong. So yeah, potential for issues to crop up there.
Yeah. Oh, there's Andy. He goes into the gravel switchback, gets compromised there as he flashes past the dust being kicked up there by the One Motorsport car. Now, of course, last week we were at Daytona for GT2. It was one of our sprint weeks, and it was a good week for Red Bull and double victory for them. Rom winning race 1, and then it was Derek, wasn't it?
No, it was.
No, it was Homer. Sorry, Homer won the second race, didn't he? Yeah, so his first FTRL victory, and then race 3 was won by Joker.
Yes, it was indeed, yes.
So a good week for Red Bull in terms of points. That's propelled them up the charts. I don't know if you've got access to the standings.
I do indeed, so let's have a quick look at the team championship. So top of the pile at the minute by quite some distance now, although it's not uncatchable. Brawn. So Team Brawn at the top, so keep an eye on Jonesy and his internet and Switchback this evening, see how many points they can add. So they're on 361, but only 2 wins, so it's definitely been more a case of consistency. This is across GT1 and GT2 race nights, remember, so only 2 wins in the whole championship so far, but they are topped by nearly 40 points. Behind them, BWT, so we are keeping an eye on Derek, and also the other BWT car is... Who is the other BWT car? Marley, thank you.
He's currently serving a qualifying ban for instance.
He is
last
indeed,
week,
that's why I can't find him, he's in the pits.
Yeah, a lot of work to do for him from the back of the grid, but a long race,
yeah.
So it's not over, it's all to play for.
So they are the team that's been racking up the wins, although mainly in GT1, it has to be said. 3-2-3 for them, so 38 points behind Brawn, and then Red Bull on 302, occupying 3rd place currently. And then Team WRT are in 4th, occupying that all-important 4th spot. So remember, after 9 weeks of the season, it is the top 4 teams that will go on to the shootout finale at Spa.
Got to be in that top 4. It's like a Premier League shootout, isn't it? Got to get everything with the top 4.
Got to get it over the line, and it's very, very close, particularly for P4. Just 5 points separating WRT in 4th, One Motorsport in 5th, and BSM with Accelerate in 6th. So all to play for.
There we go. So that is the standings coming to this one then. Jonesy then has just snatched provisional pole position then, with about half the session gone. Into the 48, the mid 48s, then so 48.5 from him. A Switchback goes second. It's now a Brawn 1-2. So of course, Switchback winner of the opening endurance round of GT2 at Dragon Trail a couple of weeks ago. Of course, he missed last week, but he's back with us this week. And he'll be looking to continue that streak of victories in the endurance races then, as Derek then pops himself up to 3rd. He was very active in the build-up to this one. This afternoon he's been putting in the practice, done half a race distance, so he's got an idea of his strategy. As Homer onto provisional pole position then, so the Red Bull man continuing his fine form from last week. Debut victory has released the shackles, and the Red Bull man onto provisional pole then with a 48.2, so getting down to the low 48s now already.
Absolutely.
So still expect to see Rom and Blue Flag get in there, so we see Jonesy have a bit of a twitch then. Derek coming on the 4th, Rom currently P5. We've got Lennon P6, despite only 3 laps of practice. Brad P7, he's subbing this week for... But we've got Steph, and therefore he is in for Zomwa. So no Zom this week. just ahead of his team, in fact. So the Super Sub is beating the established star at the moment. Bradley in 7th, Steph in 8th. We've got blue flag down in P9 at the moment, but on the soft tyre, I'd expect him to start making progress forward, so we'll stay on board with him for the rest of this lap. I have been reliably informed that his teammate is struggling with piles. That's just finished P11, who is currently in P11. Let's see how blue flag does.
I wasn't expecting that, I have to say. not something I expected to hear tonight.
There you go. First blue flag onto provisional pole with a 48.0 then. So there we go then. Are we going to see a 47?
Oh, switchback.
We are, because switchback immediately reclaims provisional pole then with a 47.9.
So a few people went out for a few laps on the mediums, and you can sort of see why now. We've still got 5 minutes of qualifying left, and some of these tyres. Yeah, absolutely. And some of these soft tyres are getting absolutely shredded already. In fact, Derek's just come in for a tyre change.
Bit of pit stop practice there for BWT. Homer goes back up to P3. However, he's immediately demoted as Rom goes up to P2, then his teammate back onto the front row of the grid, 47.9. Just 46 thousandths of a second slower. Very tight at the top now then. Time starting to tumble as a bit of the fuel burns off. Dusty Fossil finds himself in P6 then, solid qualifying from Carl. Of course, he was besieged by issues last week with his handbrake sticking on, which caused him to not move off the line in race 1 and caused a little bit of chaos, and had issues throughout the night. So Carl looking to bounce back with a strong week this week. Of course, Joker, he salvaged some pride for our team last week with that victory in race 3. So yeah, Carl was not a happy bunny with his very expensive and elaborate Fanatec set. So it seems to be working this week. He did a little bit of running in GT3 last night at Tokyo without issue, so fingers crossed then for this evening for him. Running order then with about 3.5 minutes to go. Switchback still on provisional pole from Rom. We've got blue flag in 3rd and then Homer in 4th. So again, both Red Bull cars going well in GT2. Jonesy P5, Dusty Boston 6th, and Derek in P7. Leonard's 8th, Bradley is 9th, Joker is 10th, Steph is 11th, Andy in P12. A bit of revelation last week, Andy.
Yeah.
As
absolutely.
Blue flag P2 has managed to split Switchback and Rom, but not get pole position. So now got 3 drivers on 47.9s.
Oh, Rom just binned it at the final corner.
Oh yeah, big smash there. Coming out of the chicane.
It's gonna helpfully wait for everyone to go through. 3 minutes of qualifying left, so there'll be time for Rom to get back in and out if he wants to change his tyres.
Kicking off the chat as always. If you are in the stream and watching, please do give us a like, that helps us out immensely, and keep those comments coming. Who have we got in the chat then? Fat Dane, Chubbs, Witchell, Aaron's there, Zombie, good evening, Oven's there as well. He's calling for a bread victory already. And Aaron's saying if you don't like the stream, then Graham will not do co-commentary ever again, and that would be the most devastating thing that could ever happen to FTRL.
Absolutely.
So do not let that happen, people.
Lots of piles chat in the comment already.
Likes for Graham, please. Likes for Graham.
Likes for Graham. Get those hearts coming in, people.
Get it trending.
Yeah.
On lots X, or it was called now.
X now, yes.
Prat.
Lots of piles chat in the chat already.
Piling in.
Fat Dane in with like piles, hashtag topical humour. No, it's a topical cream you want, Dane.
Chubb saying it's going to be pain in the bum for Mike. Hey, hey.
Rom has indeed come out on fresh tyres, so he's going to get his outlap in, and then he'll have one shot at pole.
So blue flag then on to another lap. It's Tyler's. His tyre's looking a little bit worse for wear then.
Lennon is busy burning fuel over the bridge and revving it up in first gear while he waits for a gap.
Switchback as well, just cruising around, trying to get himself a bit of clear track. Interestingly, he's got the traction control on. Jonesy improves up to P5.
I mean, I'm not saying it won't help around here, but it's clearly working for him at the minute.
No, yeah, you can't really say too much against it when he's gone provisional pole.
Can't knock it.
So there you go then.
Dusty Fossil improving slightly.
Stays 6th. About 10th there, I believe. Okay, so into the 48s now for Dusty Fossil. Steph there has improved. He's gone 6th then, so Steph improves. Up to 6th then for the Rebellion car. 15 minutes down, yeah, 15 minutes then, so less than a minute to go now then, so these will be the final flying laps. Then let's have a look at switchback, current pole, provisional pole system. So
yeah, we've got Andy and Rom just about to come over the line, so they're going to make it for one more lap.
Where's Derek at? Derek is currently P9 then. Sandwich between Bread and Lennon. Bread the super sub again this week. Saw him and Oven on track last week at Daytona. He's a little bit wide there though. And he's going to
get out the way, Derek.
Bread's way there. Bread's coming through. Yeah, get out of the way now. That's not going to be a happy big slide there. I think that has just affected his lap there, unfortunately. What about switchback? How's he getting on? Where's blue flag? Blue flag coming to the line. Does not improve. There's Rom. He is 0.07 up. That'll be enough for pole though. So he is improving.
So that's it for blue flag.
Blue flag then at best will be P2. What about switchback? Oh, big twitch there as he gets on the power, even with the traction control on. There is Rom. He's coming into the final sector now.
Yep.
There's a split point coming up. Switchback coming to the line. Does he improve? Dusty Foster improves his time, but stays P7. No improvement for switchback then, so he stays.
Rom is 3/10 down.
Yep. So no improvement. Just Mikey has improved his time. Lennon improves, goes P7. Yeah, look at that, half a tenth. They're covering the top 3 at the minute. Rom's in the dirt.
Rom's on the dirt. Homer's coming across the line shortly. It's going to be a 1:48. He's improved, but not
stays
enough.
4th then. So at the minute it's a Red Bull row 2. Can Rom get back onto the front row then? Out of the final corner he comes. No, he's weaved, I think. No, he's backed out of it. So yeah, no improvement from them. So P3 for him.
I think. Still got Joker going around, but I think he's going to be well down. Yeah.
So improvement for Joker, so he will be P12.
That's going to be it.
Then qualifying over and done with, then switchback it is.
I'm really liking having the longer format qualifying now and again.
Yeah, I think it's you get about 2 laps, don't you, with 8 minutes? We find in most circuits, so it's a little bit of a rush. You try and get a bit of space as well, so you just kind of pile the pressure on. So especially with these endurance races, a longer qualifying just gives you a bit of time to get into a rhythm more than anything, I think, which is key for a lot of us. But about you, I definitely need a few laps just to get into that groove. Whereas Tom and Witchell just seem to just nail it out of the box, don't they?
Yeah.
And they're saying this is a hard track. It is indeed, yeah. The dust here is very unforgiving. Very narrow track, especially the middle part. So it's could be interesting to see the strategy, then how Black plays out. There we go then. So qualifying over and done with. And it is switchback on pole then from blue flag. Rom and Homer will share row 2. Jonesy and prototype Steph on row 3. Then Lennon and Dusty Fossil on row 4. Row 5 sees Bread and Derek together. Just Mikey and Joker share row 6. And then Andy and Marley then on row 7. As we then get ready to go then. So any predictions, Sean? Who do we think is going to win this one?
Well, I've got Lennon in the One Motorsport team chat saying, "What's the strategy?" So I'm not going to go for Lennon. Andy just popped in with a no idea, so I'm not going to go for Andy either. It's going to be so close between those front 3. I think switchback is probably the most consistent out of the thing. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to write Homer off for this one. I think Homer might take it.
Love it. So Homer.
He has been
Sean. I'm going to
pretty
put my
consistent.
money on Rom. I think Rom's going to win this one. So I'm going to go for a Red Bull driver. We're going to go for the other Red Bull driver. However, I'm going to put Carl on the podium. So Dusty Fossil for a top 3.
He does seem to benefit from the longer races.
He does indeed. Strategy is unnecessary. Just drive, says Witchell. We'll see. You try that tomorrow. See how that works out for you.
I'm sure it'll work fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah. Blue there, Jonesy claiming he bottled his last run there. So yeah, Jonesy reckons he's got a bit more pace in that car.
Mm-hmm.
Andy wants to know if we finished yet. No. Somebody push the button. Let's go. It's 34 laps, then, not 35. Tell a lie. Did do a bit of running with Carl the other day, then, so I do have an idea of the strategy for this one. So let's see. Yes, everything seems to have worked for you so far, which obviously you can just shush. Get those predictions in the chat then, boys. Who do we think, boys and girls and everybody else, who do we think is going to win this one then? Spill the beans. Yeah, drive around till your tyres fall off a cliff, change them, drive around until they fall off a cliff, and then change them. Hard is the way to go, Lennon. Actually, hard. 3 sets are hard. You could do all 3. You could do soft, medium, that probably work.
Just waiting for Blue Flag to start breathing again so he can start the race.
I think because somebody checked the sign hasn't passed out and is ready to start the race. Thank you. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
He's back. Well done.
Just in time.
CPR team have done their job.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Flag is back with us, and we are about to get racing then.
The FTRL defibrillator comes just paying for itself.
Good evening to our 26 viewers. Good evening, Eddie Capflap. Welcome. Here we go then, 34 laps, full start ahead of us, so nobody jump that gun. So we're going to wait for the lights. Revs are starting to rise. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And race 4 of the season, or week 4 of the season, is go. And it's a good start from everybody. Mikey's had a bit of a tardy start in the background, under pressure then from Andy. Jonesy's had a good start inside one of the Red Bull cars as they head down to the hairpin for the first time, but Switchback has held the lead. Jonesy looking up the inside there, gets blocked off by the Red Bull cars, and Steph trying to go around the outside of him. He has held him off, and Lennon has snuck through.
Steph just clipped the wall on the outside there, so slowed him down a bit.
Jonesy and Homer side by side through these S's. That's brave on lap 1 on cold tyres.
More Bread's off.
Homer's touched the gravel. Somebody's up in the background. Was it Bread?
It's Bread. He went far too hot into the right-hander and then couldn't get it turned for the left and then twitched back right again. Shoves Marley out the way to get back up to P13.
He really wanted that P13 there, didn't he?
Andy's off. Oh no. Just watching Andy's POV, just saw a 100-yard marker just go flying over his head from somebody else.
Yeah, so Andy, I think Brett got caught up in that as well, having wrestled that P13 back. He's now lost it, and Marley's up to 12th, and so Marley up 2 on the opening lap.
Mikey's having a look at Joker.
Penalty for Homer on that one as well. So Homer's the first one to receive a penalty. He pulls over. That's going to let Jonesy through. Lennon might get him as well, and Steph's coming, but I think he might hold off Steph. I think he might even hold off Lennon here.
Back in P11, Mikey is having a look to Joker, but then broke about 20 yards early, so he's not going to get that place. Just keeping it clean for the opening lap. Oh, Jonesy's round. There was no room. Him and Homer were side by side pretty much coming out of that final chicane. There's just no room for that, and Jonesy got on the dirt and spun it round.
Oh dear, not ideal then. Gaggle after all gaggle then coming through the tunnel. The front two have broken clear.
Yeah.
They get back to Rom, and then we've got Lennon at the front of this queue with Homer tucked up right under his rear wing into turn 1. We've got the 2 WRT cars side by side as well. Carl going for a huge send. Oh my goodness me. Oh, he's going all the way through.
Oh, he's turned Lennon.
And round goes Steph.
Around. The monster send from Dusty Fossil. Lennon somehow recovered that. It looked like he was round, but he must have got it straightened up because somehow he's back in P4. I don't know how he's managed that, but he could really do it breaking clear with this group.
Joker's been caught up in that as well, I think.
Here comes Jonesy, get it stopped.
I don't know whether Joker and Steph have got together because Joker's waiting for Steph.
God, absolute chaos.
So not good for Rebellion, not a good couple of quarters for WRT either. Lennon managed to hold on to that there. Carl there missing his braking reference. It's 300 metre board, Carl, just for reference. If it's still there.
Doubt it. Andy's struggling with that double left-hander, but he's done it better than the last time when he ends up in the dirt. So he's P11, Marley P10, Dusty, Mikey up to P8.
Derek up to P5 as well, there, which was just said there.
Yeah.
So Derek's carved through, got a yellow flag.
Blue
It's blue flag! He's bottled it. He's absolutely effing bottled it.
He's going to have to wait.
As Aaron would say.
Oh my word! He initially waited for cars to come past and thought, nope, I've had enough, and just accelerated round.
Fortunately, he still ghosted, but Mikey then benefited, so blue flag down to 12th. Mikey, meanwhile, was up to 7th.
With a penalty.
But has a penalty, so that would be a short-lived P7. All that then leaves Switchback with a 2-second lead at the front then. So starting to look imperious then.
That's a shame for Mikey, because he's only half second back from this pack, and he's got a gap to Dusty Foster behind him, so he needs to try and strain to get closer.
Well, having been around and down in P11 last time around, Jonesy's up to P5 again after all that chaos, and is looking down the inside of Derek, who's up to 4th. Derek's going wide though. Jonesy's got down the inside. However, Derek should have the momentum off the corner, so this isn't over. There we go again. The BWT car with the momentum draws back alongside.
Oh, it's dodging through here. Derek sensibly backed out of that.
Yeah, Jonesy there, getting the move done there. So good battling, good respectful driving there from those two.
That's how you do it.
Indeed.
Oh, Ron! Oh. Ron went very twitchy through the double left. He's okay.
He's closed in a little bit on Switchbacks, and Switchbacks had a moment as well.
Yeah. I think Ron is driving faster, but also taking more risks.
Pushing on to try and close that gap then. Meanwhile, his teammate all over the back of Derek now. Mikey's still in there as well. Obviously, he's about to come up to the penalty line to serve that. And we've got the recovering Dusty Fossil. And Andy, who's just quietly picked his way through to P9. Marley in 10th. Red's up to 11th. We've got the blue flag after his spin down in P12. Steph in 13th. And Joker with a bit to do in P14, but a long, long way to go still.
Mikey serving his penalty. Will he stay ahead of Dusty Fossil? Looks like he will.
Yeah, well, I just was going to be right on him as they come into the braking zone.
Send. Oh. You can tell who's had the incident so far, because Dusty and Mikey on the soft tyres, but they've got considerably less tyre wear than Homer ahead of them, and Derek.
Joker. Which one's going to have to Joker? I believe he may be. Oh, Mikey's got another penalty. I thought I saw him brush that cone.
Bread's around at the back.
Yeah,
it's P13.
P14. Joker was involved with what happened to Steph because he waited up for him. So I don't know whether there was some contact as their cars kind of sorted themselves out after the big send from Carl. Up front, then the lead's down to 1.7. So Rom is closing. And so that Switchback is just eking that out down the hill. So ebbing and flowing.
Oh, Mikey's picked himself up another penalty.
Yeah, it was at the chicane. The same, I think it's very got his last one as well. At the chicane there, he's just a little bit too greedy with those curbs. Clipping that bollard, you have to be so precise with that chicane. I think that's one of my biggest bugbears with this circuit.
Yeah.
Is how fiddly that chicane is on track limits. There we go, yeah.
He's going to have to watch out, Mikey, because he's braking nice and early for these corners, whereas Dusty behind him is not braking early at all.
Yes, that's kind of on Carlo, isn't it, to mind his gap. So
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Mikey's a big twitch there. He's going off here, so Mikey's off.
Oh, no.
Now he doesn't have to worry about maybe Carl's late braking has scared him off.
He's kept it pointing the right way though, so he's still P9. Although we'll be serving that penalty shortly.
So front end Switchback continues to lead them on like 4 of 34. 1.5 seconds now, so that gap is just chipping away.
Jones is closing in on Lennon for P3.
Homer has now cleared Derek, so he's up to P5. Derek's still going well in P6. Just a fossil in P7 with Andy right behind him. Going well, Andy, despite that scary first lap he had. He's settled down now, and he's continued his good run of form from last week. Somebody's kicking up the dirt in the foreground. I think that was Homer. So he needs to just be careful for a couple of corners now, make sure he hasn't got too much dirt on his tyres. Yeah, last time out at Daytona was definitely Andy's breakthrough week, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't get the victory, but was in the hunt in all 3 races. Superb pace from him. So we've got a battle on for P5. Homer on the right, we've got Derek on the left.
Derek pulled to the right very early. He's not got the benefit of the slipstream, so I think he's going to be tucking back in. Yeah.
Scared Homer wide though. But, not able to capitalise yet, or is he? Because I was a little bit wide off the corner.
Clipped the wall, but Derek's not had the greatest run. His traction control's working overtime coming out of that corner.
Having said that, they are side by side.
He's backed out again.
He's
Derek's
backed out
taking
again,
this
yeah.
sensibly. I think this is good driving. He's not.
He's got in really hot there. Oh, Carl's coming in hot as well. Carl just looked aggressive then. It's all under control. He's made the apex perfect there, but he just looked really aggressive there when he came again. Just a heart in mouth moment again there. Yeah, good recovery.
He's taking a nice
down
line
after that misdemeanor. And then Jonesy is on.
Oh, Derek's gone. He's wide.
No, lights the rears up.
Here comes Andy just behind.
Andy got blocked there as Carl tries to find a way on the outside. He's got the move done. Yeah, Derek's maybe got a little bit of dirt on his tyres there, just lit up the rears. He's been cautious now for a couple of seconds as Andy's going to make his way around the outside. He'll have the inside, then it's come to the bridge. Yeah, good move there.
These three want to sort themselves out because the recovering blue flag is gaining with Marley behind.
Mikey in the background as well in his obligatory PLA.
Classic.
Standard. And Jonesy still working hard on each other. Third and fourth. Up front. Gap is down to just over a second then, so Rom is continuing to close. So as the stint goes on, Rom is getting quicker and quicker. Blue flag fastest lap though, 48.9. Having said that, Rom just takes it with the 48.6 there. So
that's compared to a 149.2 from switchback. So he's taken over half second out of him, gaining all the time.
With the magnets on.
Absolutely.
Holding off Jonesy.
Dead identical on tyre wear as well. Tyre wear is going to be critical in this by the looks of it.
Interesting lines like on the first hairpin. Just watching everybody coming there. They're coming a little bit hot, all running wide and then kind of squaring it off and going, sort of like making it into a sort of triangle rather than just kind of like a smooth arc. All good.
The old 3-point corner approach.
Yeah, blue flag has cleared Marley. He's up to 9th. In fact, Mikey's got ahead of him as well, so Marley's had a moment somewhere. Down to 11th again. Steph closing in after his earlier moment. Bread's ahead of Joker in 13th.
Yeah, I'm typically with these endurance races so far, we have seen some people stopping, but that's more at the looking for the pace rather than the need to use it because the tyres are dying out. Whereas today, I don't think some of these guys are going to make it to half distance on these tyres.
Yeah, I think this is a
definite
nailed-on
two
two-stopper. I think. Yeah, I don't think the.
Unless anyone wants to be brave and try the hard tyres. Oh, Rom just had a massive twitch.
Kicked up a little bit of dirt, and then Rom kicked up a lot of dirt. And a big slapper. That's just going to keep him out of slipstream range this time around. But like I say, these two are 8 seconds clear of third place.
Going well.
Lennon has a half-second penalty then. Oh, good evening from Cyprus, Mr. Zomla.
Hello, Zomla.
Join us from your sunny holiday. Hope you have a cocktail or a beer in hand. The cocktail
it's not 40 degrees.
Absolutely sweltering. And then held on into turn 1, but yeah, Jonesy will, if he stays close enough, then inherit that P3. Once Lennon has to serve his penalty on the bridge. Home in the background then, keeping them honest, trying to get back on terms then. Just Foster in P6, Andy behind him in P7, Derek is P8. These three all circulating kind of close together. He wants to know where his team are. Well, Steph has recovered to 11th. He got turned around a few laps ago. He's recovering now to 11th. And in the background there, Brad is P30. He's also had a bit of a drama of his own making, though. But still plugging away nicely then. Lead gap under a second still. As Rom continues to close on switchback. Can he get into slipstream range? He's now momentarily was within slipstream range. So the pressure will start to ramp up on switchback. Interestingly, both of them are running the traction control.
Blue flag's really struggling. He's not got the pace back down after the incidents he had, and he's now got a penalty as well.
Lennon serving his, so Jonesy inherits P3 then, so it's 1 and 3 for Braun at the moment. Lennon drops in behind though, so they will now resume battle, but with Lennon being the chasey and Jonesy saying, catch me, catch me. Ooh, Lennon having a twitch there. He gets on the power, I think Jonesy had a little wiggle. Interesting. Yeah, Pagani's just pointed out that Dusty Fossil's on the soft tyre.
Yeah. He started quality on the mediums.
Yes, interesting glitch there. So the glitch has moved from his handbrake to his tyre selection, apparently. Let's have a look at the tyre wear then. Situation. So, switchbacks are starting to get quite bad now. The tyre wear on lap 8 of 34. That's not quite bad. Roms is about the same, so him and top two are about the same on tyre wear. Jones is significantly worse in third than the front two. But
he's got the difference
a little bit worse
between
than Lennon's as well. Lennon's got more wear on his front right than Jones has got more wear on his front right than Lennon.
Bishop was really throwing it into those left-handers only.
Homer's is about the same, so everybody there is about the same. Dusty Fossil's is actually really
ridiculous.
Good. I don't know what's going on there. So Dusty Fossil, despite going on the soft tyre, has actually got the best tyre wear of anybody on the grid. So that's interesting. well, make hay while the sun shines, Carl.
This new kit must be paying dividends.
Now, Andy's is quite heavy tyre wear in comparison.
Yeah, very heavy.
Similar to Derek's. Looks like it's a little bit better. Mikey's is a lot better. Mikey's got very good tyre wear despite his dramas. He's probably not going quick enough.
To be honest, some of these guys are going to struggle to make a two-stop without using the hard tyres at this rate.
P10 for Mikey, who's ahead of Steph, whose tyre wear is significantly worse. He has been around at least once, not of his own doing though.
Very bizarre.
Marley also got superb tyre wear.
It can be done. It's not just the medium tyres being complete crap.
So I do wonder if some of these guys are just playing the long game here, because we've got a battle for the lead. Rob is in the slipstream. Here we go. As they start lap 9. Red Bull car right in the slipstream. I think he's giving him a bump there, whether or not he meant to. He doesn't pop out yet then, so he's happy to sit in for now.
I think that's fair enough. There's a long way to go. They don't need to waste time, waste tyres, battling each other necessarily.
10 seconds clear of the pack still, so they're pulling away from third place.
Rom's clearly got the pace as well.
Oh, he's off in the gravel though. He's going to go off again on the other side. Right. Oh, he just kept it on the circuit there. The dirty air effect there, I think that was right. He was right under the rear wing of Switchback
he's
there.
Really struggling.
He's got dirty tyres now. He needs to be careful for a couple of corners here, or he will be around.
I think I was probably right in what I said earlier. Rom's definitely got the pace advantage, but he's a little bit more inconsistent.
Should he have gone for the move there? I think clear air is going to be key in this battle.
He's caught Switchback, because Switchback's the last lap was the first one where Switchback's made any sort of mistake. Down to a 150.3. If you look at his laps before that, it's 6 laps within a couple of tenths of each other. So although it's not top pace, it's consistent. It's just that last lap let him down. That's why Ron caught him.
Now up again. Maybe just a bit of tyre wear there coming into the factor. So maybe just starting to go away a little bit though. Like I say, he's very consistent. I did a run on for our race tomorrow, didn't I? And it was literally, I had about 7 or 8 laps within 3/10 of a second, and then the tyres just went. And then the gap became bigger, but there's still quite a lot of life in that front left tyre. So you would think he's
should be okay.
Gaps up to 1.8 seconds, and so Rob has undone all that work at that moment.
Same can't be said for the 2 behind them. They're going to have to think about pitting soon.
Yeah. Right on the back of Lennon again. And then just about picking up slipstream from Jonesy, so he is closing, so that should mean he stays out of Homer's clutches this time around. He does a personal best lap there.
Decent lap.
Around the first corner. Start plunging down the hill then. Just Fossil having got clear of the pack behind him. Now he's trying to chase these guys down. He's 3.9 seconds down, P6. 3.1 seconds ahead of Andy, who's still doing really well in P7. So much improved. I'm very impressed with Andy so far tonight.
Yep. Just needs 1 or 2 more laps before he can hit the pits, you think.
Wants to know if the wear on the front two is any different. Not really. They're very similar. Rom's maybe got slightly more wear on his right rear by the look of it. But,
it's so close. Fuel and tyres, they're all pretty much dead level.
Yeah, fuel can barely see any difference at all yet. So these two matching each other. Rom now trying to try and close down that gap again. To lap 10 of 34, so coming up to 1/3 race distance. So we're probably entering the pit window
Yep.
soon then. What do we do? Are we going to see 3 stints on the mediums? Are we going to see medium, medium, soft? From anybody?
I mean, I know there's been a few incidents in this first stint, but I can't see a few of these guys being able to touch the soft tyres in this race.
And Lemon side by side as they come out the little tunnel. And I thought better of it, they drops back in behind, but he is looking very, very racy at this stage. And then again, has just about hung on to the slipstream there of Jonesy, though. That should pull him along down the straight. He's actually pulling away from home at the moment.
Steph's tyres are the worst, which is not surprising, the amount of drama he's had, so we might see him be the first to pit. Well, he could probably do squeezing another lap out of these tyres.
Yeah, so Dusty Fossil, and despite being on the soft tyres, not making any headway on the free ahead of him. He's actually lost time. He's down to 4.7 seconds behind, but has pulled away slightly from Andy. We've got Derek just zooming back into view again.
Good point from James in the chat, saying, should Rom consider the undercut?
Well, it would depend on his tyre limitations, probably, wouldn't it? If,
Yeah. I mean, I imagine Switchback's going to try his best just to get a few more laps out of these, just so he can use the softs at some point. So the opportunity's there for Rom if he wants to go medium, medium, soft, do a longer stint second. We'll see.
Yeah, I think you were looking about 8 or 9 laps maybe on the soft tyre, realistically.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how long the medium holds up. Let's say blue flags.
Unless you're Carl.
Blue flag and Steph got the worst tyre out of everybody there. Absolutely killed their front left tyres. Both have had at least one drama each.
Steph's got to come in this lap.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? I don't think you can go much further. Maybe one more lap at a push, but that last lap will be horrible.
Yeah. You do run the risk, because once that tyre hits full red, it just becomes completely undrivable.
Yes, very much so.
You're basically out of the race at that point. Rom's closed right back up on switchback again, under half second.
Homer getting the move done on Lennon as they come through the little tunnel there. So Lennon ran a bit wide. Homer takes full advantage.
Lennon's going to come back at him. Just has to be careful over the bridge.
Oh, that's brave through there. Oh, bit of contact off the bridge there. Lennon gets ahead, but he's going to give Homer the slipstream all the way down the start finish straight. So let Jonesy scamper away. And like you say, Rom right back on switchback again. Is Homer going to go for the overtake again?
He's moving back in. It was another slow lap from switchback.
Homer.
Going the long way round. Oh, very long way round.
He's gone very deep into the bales. Didn't have the retardation on that front left tyre anymore. And skids wide. It takes the couple of the bales out. Dirty tyres now. He needs to be careful through this section.
It's a bold move to go around the try and go around the outside on that level of tyre, and he's struggling
again. Risky stuff there, and look how much time he's lost to Dusty Fossil. That gap was nearly 4.7 seconds, it's now 1.4. Lost a hatful of time there. It was a brave move. I think he maybe braked at his lap. Oh, he's off again. Oh, he's hit more tyre barriers.
Oh,
he's all over the shop. He's wiggling left and right to get the car under control. Carla Rise doesn't know where to go.
He's got traction control on, he's got counter steer on, he still can't control it. Now Dusty Fossil gets down the inside.
Yeah, there he goes.
Should have the line. Surely he's got more on the brakes. Surely. Yeah. Gets it done.
More tyre barriers there, but he's avoided going off. Oh, Lennon's off as well in the foreground. Lennon off.
Absolute dream lap for Dusty Fossil. P4
Jonesy as well.
View.
Meanwhile, up front, it's as you were.
Are we going to see anyone in the pits at the end of lap 12? Half distance, nowhere near in sight, so...
Two can maybe go at least one more lap, maybe even two. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to keep going. Yeah, I think they are going to try and do the two-stop with a medium, medium, soft in there.
It's got to be for Jonesy. Absolutely got to be.
Yeah, Jonesy's going to peel off this time. No, he's not.
Oh, my word. Oh, that's risky. That's very, very risky. Lennon's pitting. That's more sensible. Lennon first to pit. Dusty Fossil unsurprisingly carrying on.
Yeah.
Homer's gone round again as well.
Ooh. Well, he must have a strategy. I'm glad Derek McDonald's in.
I don't really know what that strategy is.
I think he's followed. I think he took my advice pre-race seriously, which is drive around to the tyres drop off.
Oh.
That was a joke, but not really. So yeah, Zombie wants to know: are they driving around with the traction control on to save the tyres?
I think out of any of the tracks in Gran Turismo, this is one of the ones that you probably want traction control on if you need it. There's so many sort of weird corners.
Yeah,
so many bits where you get half on the gravel. It's not. I love it as a track. It's not the easiest.
Yeah.
It's a technically demanding track, and there's a lot of slow corners to accelerate out of. So I can see why a lot of them have got pretty much all of them have got the traction control on here. You know.
Yeah, I mean, bear in mind, these guys are, well, they've done a fair bit of racing on GT. Some of them are a bit newer, not done much league racing. Rom, obviously, he's done a lot of GT with us, but not on 7, because he went to do ACC for a bit, so he's kind of just adjusting to coming back. So, yeah, definitely, like Pagani said there, the car's very twitchy, sort of second and third gear, which you're in coming out a lot of these corners. So, it would probably be 1, maybe 2 at max. I don't think it would be any higher than that.
Well, Jones has made it.
He's in, Rom carries on. So, change of, or divergence of strategies from the lead too.
Dusty Foster, although he's still got the tyres to go, he's running out of fuel. So he to be fair, he's absolutely
he'll be in.
revving the shit out of that car. So I'm not too surprised. Is he going to dive in? Yes, he is.
And he's coming with him.
Difference in fuel there means Homer will probably, depending on how much they decide to each put in, he may jump him here.
So yeah, what can Rom do now? He's got clear track finally. And it's a bit glitchy lobby because it's giving the P symbol against everybody's lap, or all of Rom's lap times on my screen.
Oh yeah, we've never really got rid of that. It's doing it for me as well. Yeah.
It's a bit glitchy at the moment. So Rom now leads by 34 seconds over Marley, another one who's not yet stopped. Marley's tyre wear is looking very good, to be honest. I think he's
he's not going to get out in front of Carlo because he's fueled almost to the max, which I'm not quite sure why, but.
Yeah, in answer to your question, Zombie, I think it's just preference more than anything. Personally, I wouldn't run traction control around here. I'm fairly confident, but especially on used tyres, I think it'll probably come in handy because it will stop you just spinning up that tyre as the grip goes. But,
Homer decided that he needed to cut across to get the line out of the pits and just saw Andy in time and moved the other way.
Going to be having a favour done from here because the switchback is tucked up behind Marley in this section where it's very difficult to overtake. So switchback is now caught up on fresh tyres behind Marley on very worn tyres. Big twitch there. He's going to try to get those tyres up to temperature. Joker's tyres on their last legs, but I think he'll be in this time around. The switchback is losing time here.
Yeah, that gap is growing. This is looking very good for
Rom.
Rom.
So here comes Rom. Drain the tank.
Now switchback makes the move on Marley. He looks like he should be comfortably down the inside. Going into the
brakes here, this will be a bit of a non-contest.
Yeah, Marley's not even contesting that, that's fair enough.
Marley's running his own race.
Joker's still going, he will be picking this lap, he's still going.
Very much
currently P4.
Last legs as well.
Yep.
Bread's up to 5th. And we've got Lennon and Jonesy. So Lennon has jumped Jonesy then, interestingly. However, he has a lot less fuel in, that's maybe why. Oh, Jonesy, big slide. Look at the leaders then. Switchback is on his way down the start finish straight. Rob is trundling down pit lane. And there he goes. So despite being held up then, he has not suffered because he's short fueled. So Rom has filled the tank again.
Ooh.
That seems like a wrong decision.
Yeah.
That's going to put him back in the same tyre wear issue, but now he's got 2.9 seconds to close down. Lennon has come back out in P3, so he's short fueled. He's 4th, and we've got Dusty Fussell and Homer battling over P5. Blue flag and Andy 7th and 8th. So blue flag is recovering now. So let's look at the tyre strategies. Who's on what?
Lennon must be a bit more confident on his tyres now because he really has short fueled. That's not going to get him very far.
I can only assume he's going to be doing medium.
I would think so.
I can't think he's got enough fuel to get into a window to do the soft tyres from there, but we'll see.
No.
You may need to. You may need to put into the track a suggestion. So switchback then on the medium tyre, as is Rom. Lennon on the medium tyre as well, so is Jonesy. Dusty Fossil down to the medium now as well, of course, as is Homer. Then we've got blue flag on the soft. Blue flag is going aggressive in the middle stint here. Short fueled. It's going to try
probably smart from him.
Try and get some track position back and then defend it, which as nobody can do better. Over the last sector of the race, we've got
everybody else is on mediums.
Yeah, Andy on mediums, Steph on the mediums, Derek on the mediums, he's in 10th, then we've got Mikey in 11th, standard. with Marley just behind him in 12th. Joker's 13th, having just stopped, and Bread on the mediums as well. So blue flag then is the outlier at this stage of the race. And of course, that means at the end of the race we're going to have 12 very racy cars on the soft tyre. In the meantime, though, Rob's got some work to do. He's got to close back in again. 2.7 is the gap.
With the exception of the ones who started on soft, of course.
Yes, Dusty Fossil inadvertently started on the soft.
Home has picked up a penalty, so that's going to drop him out of this fight come the end of the next lap.
He's about to lose a place to blue flag anyway, you fear.
You would look
those soft tyres.
Like it.
Into the break, there he goes, defensive.
Oof. Just got
thought for a second.
Just.
He got that stop very nicely there, so fair credit to him. I think that was just a camera angle.
Mitchell briefly left and come back and is asking where's Derek. 10th. Something's.
Oh, contact between blue flag and Homer through the left-hander there. Oh, again. Oh, it sent it. Contact with Dusty Fossil. Don't know if he was offline and got a bit dirty on his tyres there. Homer there, just a bit of side-on-side contact. Nicely weights up for him. Oh, he's wide again. Is he out the dirty years? Just about kept it together. He stayed ahead of blue flag as well, despite running wide. Homer a bit scrappy there in his defence. Or getting a bit scrappy because of his defence, rather.
Yeah.
But he is now coming up to the penalty line, so he will drop behind blue flag, and Andy will be all over the back of him. Steph isn't a million miles away, and neither is Derek.
To answer your question, which I don't really know what's happened to Derek. He just seemed to have a couple of dodgy laps coming out on the fresh tyres. So one after his outlap,
54.
A 154 was the outlap, wasn't it? But then a 152. It doesn't seem like he should have lost that much time though. So because he's short fueled as well. So strange one.
Battling with Steph maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Then up front, lead is 2.3 seconds, so Rom just chipping away, took 4/10 out switchback on that lap, so Rom does seem to have the pace, but he's still got a bit of time to try and eke back. Switchback then comfortable in the lead of this race. Lennon still in P3, holding Jonesy at bay. He has now pulled out of slipstream range. Jonesy still keeping him honest as they plunge down the hill.
Blue flag now, P5.
So he's got moved on Dusty Fossil and Homer. Nice four-way battle here. You'd imagine blue flag will pull clear on those soft tyres. Homer right on the back of Dusty Fossil then. Is he going to go down the inside into the hairpin? I think he is. Oh, Andy's coming very hot behind him. Contact with the back of Dusty Fossil. He's got himself a half-second penalty somewhere as well.
This is blue flag's chance now.
Yep.
He's going to have another 6 or 7, maybe 8 laps. Probably not quite that many. But if he can start,
fuel, that's about 14 laps we saw from the guys.
Yeah, so
yeah,
7 laps max. He's got to put in he's going to have to be getting towards the 148s. I think obviously the front two are almost certainly out of reach of him now unless there's any incidents, but he could certainly still target a podium. He's 8 seconds back from Lennon in P3.
I think with some clear track now, he has to get his head down, try and close down on that gap. Ideally, he wants to, because he'll probably move over to the medium tyres for the final stint early.
Yeah.
So he'll have a tyre advantage again. Oh, Steph's left the room. Oh, what's happened to Steph?
I'm going to go rage quit.
Is he lagged out, or has he had a drama? Unfortunately, then one of the rebelling cars then is out of this one. Tricky one for him. Oh, Derek picked up a penalty there.
Jonesy slowly but surely closing the gap to Lennon. Gained 4/10 on that last lap.
Rom also closing the gap on switchback. It's down to 2 seconds, so another 3 or 4 tenths on that lap. Yeah, Rom doing 49.3s, Zach doing 49.7s. As you say, starting to come under a bit more pressure from Jonesy. Blue flag still 7 seconds in arrears. Got Homer for company. Dusty Fossil is trying to shake off the advances of Andra, who's closing right in on the brakes. So Dusty Fossil being a little bit cautious on that hairpin. Andy really closing in there, so Andy being aggressive there on the brakes to the hairpin. We're getting it stopped. Look in the background with that half-second penalty. He's half a second up on his best time, so motoring along nicely at this stage. Can he get back into this battle then for P7?
Switchback's really got himself back to that level of consistency that he had earlier in the race.
But so is Rom.
He certainly prefers the longer races.
Half a second on this lap.
Yeah.
And losing more time in scruffy sector. Rom kicking up the dirt.
Yeah, Switchback definitely preferring the longer format races though. I mean, to be fair, he's only done one set of sprint races so far, but they were atrocious for him. Only a total of 16 points at Suzuka, whereas he won the first endurance race of the season at Dragon Trail.
Indeed. He had to fight back as well. So it wasn't like he just ran away at the front at Dragon Trail either. He was in that pack and battling hard, but it's his consistency through the middle and latter part of that race that saw him prevail.
Yeah. Given Blue Flag struggles, that puts him, a win for Switchback puts him right back in contention for the Drivers' Championship.
We've had a change for P3. Jonesy is third. Lennon is somewhere behind in fourth as well.
Ooh, 156 for Lennon on the last lap.
Lennon's had a drama somewhere, and now he's now got Blue Flag and Homer all over the back of him. Now, according to Homer, he's doing a really good job of hanging onto the tail of Blue Flag here.
Yeah.
On the medium tyre, Blue Flag on the softs. Yeah, we're driving really, really well. Oh, Blue Flag with a half-second penalty.
That's not going to help.
That's those track limits we were talking about there. It's on, it's on weak. You see they've just did to the 48 as well, from 48.7 from Blue Flag, so Lennon goes a little bit deep.
Very wide. He's gathered it up. Still ahead. If he can stay ahead, that will really help him. If he can stay ahead to the penalty zone. Oh, his big switch.
To the inside though, so Blue Flag's going to have to go the long way around if he wants
penalty
to make this move.
Coming
I think,
up over the bridge.
Yeah, I think
he's going to try and make the move anyway. Not happening.
Slam the door in his face, and Homer thinks about move up the inside. In fact, he's going for it.
Oh, lots of banging of doors. Yeah.
To make that move, Homer, you're going to get that position anyway. There you go.
Going to drop away.
So Blue Flag drops to the back of the pack.
He won't be far behind though. Yeah, he's not even going to be out of slipstream range by the look of it. Much in this battle, and you imagine through this little flip-flop chicane here, he'd be right back with them anyway. Yeah, those tyres working for him, although not the best exit. I think he's dropped back out of slipstream range, to be honest. He has indeed, yeah, so he's not going to have the tow. Derek's now back to P9 ahead of Mikey. Mikey just cannot resist the lure of P11 as he's dropping back towards Marley again. Bread though, not far away up front. The gap is 1.1 seconds then, so he's back with a 49.7 again. Rom in the 49.2. He's done a 49.1 the lap previously, so Rom really got the magnets back on again, but he's having to work hard to get back on terms. Yeah, just waiting for that one lap. He needs to avoid that one lap. Jonesy now finding himself in a very comfortable P3, then 12 seconds in arrears of the battle for the lead. 6.5 seconds ahead of the battle for fourth. Homer now all over the back of Lennon again. Ooh, Jonesy just clips the wall there. Oh, I think he did. There's a lot of glitching going on. A bit of glitchy, yes. Petition to rename Jonesy to Vanellope. Russell in P7. Now he's on the medium tyres again. Andy doing a really good job still to hang on to him as well. Although, again, look at the car's tyre wear. He has... amazing. He should hang on to the fuel. He's even got less fuel, so I don't really know what's going on. The car's doing a superb job on his tyres. Well, not the game is helping him out there, but it might come down to fuel, really. He's also 4 tenths up on his fastest time. Oh, Steph's back in the room, so maybe it was a lag out, unfortunately. So... Fortunately, this game does not carry on like F1, so unfortunately then, back in the room, it might have been a lag out, he might get the point for P14. It's a good week for Rebellion. Well, hey, Steph. Battle for the lead is on again then, half a second then between the front two again. Rom is there, he's found his way back again.
course, he now has a much more favourable fuel position, so that can kind of give him options as to when he decides to make his final stop. He'll go early onto the medium tyres, short fuel, have a gap and then try and defend it. Or
I think with the pace he's got, get on them softs towards the end. He'll be more comfortable.
A little bit later, Switchback will have to pit earlier.
I think Rom is...
they can get into a tyre window.
Yeah, I think Rom is more comfortable chasing someone down than defending a lead. Very, very interesting. The Lennon and Homer battle is ebbing and flowing. Homer was right on him coming down the home straight, but Lennon's pulled out almost a second again.
Yes, Begone is saying the car's tyre wear is incredible, and can he teach us for tomorrow? Yes, please. I'll also take some of that. I'm doing a really good job then. Battle for P4. Oh, blue flag at the wall as they come onto the bridge. He tries to get back on terms with Homer and for Lennon. Dusty Fossil and Andy also coming back together as well, and they're doing a really good job despite having the worst tyre wear. He's keeping Carl right on his toes at the minute. I can confirm, Chubbs, we are all going to need it tomorrow. I don't know how much practice you've done yet, Sean, for tomorrow, but
well,
tyres are very much going to be the.
I can't make it tomorrow, unfortunately, which is very annoying.
Oh, of course.
No, Andy is going to be standing in for me, so you've got 2 endurance races in a row to do. But at the minute, I think he'll be heartened by tonight's performance, given he said he's had no practice or little practice.
Oh, battle for P4's on Homer up the inside into the first kink. Now going to go to the outside of the hairpin. Oh, he's got a great run off the corner. Lennon holding on for now, but Homer's got the momentum. They're banging doors.
Here's blue flag. He's coming.
He's got the inside now. He's going to go outside for this bit.
This could be carnage.
Oh, great respectful racing. Oh,
yeah,
Homer's got it done. But Lennon on the brakes down the inside again. Still side by side though. Homer hanging on around the outside. Great driving from him. Lennon giving him the hip and shoulder a little bit. Still side by side. To this double left.
Oh, has he got his stop?
Lennon gets escorted right to the edge and Homer gets through. Great driving.
Great racing. Blue flag's right there as well now. He had to slow down a bit actually to avoid running to the back of Lennon. Lennon's got that half-second penalty though. She's gonna concede P5 to blue flag.
Oh, and having a twitch there. In fact, both One Motorsport cars are with a half-second penalty at the moment. So he's going to drop back from Carl, and that's going to get Derek a little bit more interested. Joker's starting to close on Marley. Yeah, 11.
He's getting there. Half second still as we come out onto the main straight for the front 2, coming round onto lap 23. Switchback is holding the fort.
Recovered after that opening or that early contact that sent Steph around.
Another 149.6 from Switchback. 149.1 from Rom.
Again, Rom just seems to have time in hand, but he's not got track position, and you just feel that he should get clear, and if he can, and go. So I think he'd pull away. He used to be about at least half a second a lap faster, 3 or 4 tenths at least every lap. And that's chasing. Now he's there. Switchback there, defending into the hairpin there. So Rom's got so much more grip at this stage.
He's got to defend for all he's worth if he lets Rom get away here with Rom with the fuel advantage as well.
Yeah.
He's probably the last he'll see him
as well. Yeah. If Switchback pits, Rom just pits with him.
Defend every corner and hope that Rom makes another mistake.
Yeah, Graham's saying there was one lap that Rom didn't go for the move. I wonder if he regrets it up to this point. Well, maybe. I think Rom's clearly got confidence in ability because he's caught him twice. Well, he's caught him 3 times, didn't he? Because he caught him at the first thing when Zaka pulled away. Then he had his mistake and caught back up again. And now, having pitted and dropped nearly 3 seconds off, has once again closed onto the back of Switchback.
Also, he's been lucky with those mistakes so far because they're not ones that have put him in a wall or turned him round. So he just has to maybe give it a little bit of caution at this stage until he sees a clear opening. Still a long way to go.
Look at him this time then. So start to build up the speed. Zach's had a better exit out of the chicane. That gap up to half a second. I think that's probably going to be just about enough. With his cars being the same.
Blue flag's going to be in this lap. His tyres are gone, his fuel is gone. He has to come in. Lennon probably will be in as well on the basis of fuel, although he could probably squeeze one more lap out of it.
Not close enough into one then, so Zach continues to lead. Jonesy, meanwhile, very lonely P3 for him, but
I'm sure he'll be
the
fine
leaders,
with
but
that.
pulling away from this battle behind, so blue flag peeling off, Lennon going with him. Told you, Witchell, hard tomorrow. 2 stop hards. That's the way forward. But yeah, the tyre wear is definitely going to be a factor tomorrow if you do want to make the standard 2-stopper work.
The hard tyres are pretty useless on this game.
I sort of find the mediums tend to be a bit...
Yeah, sometimes.
Mediocre as well.
Not today by the look of it. There's still decent lap times coming in, but yeah, it's a bit of a shame because it would have been interesting to see someone go on the hard tyres in this race and try a one-stopper, but yeah, it's just not going to happen with how poor they are in comparison.
So Lennon having pitted has come out. He's on the mediums again, so Lennon's triple stinting the mediums.
Blue
he's
flag
out ahead of blue flag. Who's on
the mediums as well. Yeah,
so they're 11th and 12th. Again, all over the back of switchback now. I think we're getting close to the window for the soft tyre. So
yeah,
Rom could, to be fair to Rom, if he just sits where he is and they pit, he's got more fuel. He can just he has a big slide. He can just he'll have to put less fuel in, and he can switch back in the pits.
He will be ahead.
I think we are getting into the window where the soft tyres will get to the end. So let's have a look. The switchback peel off.
One more lap.
One more lap at least.
He's somehow got himself out of slipstream range.
Yeah, Rom seems to not get a good exit out of that chicane.
No.
He's getting into the tunnel and into the chicane, but switchback getting out of it better. And that's meaning he's safe into turn 1. So Homer now in a clear P4. Close to his final stop as well. That front left tyre looking again particularly worse for wear. Dusty Fossil's fuel is going to be his limiting factor, as in comes Andy at P6. So there we go.
A note on the
tyre, will he? Derrickson as well.
Should do.
That's 7th. Mikey's still circulating well in P8. Mikey's not had too many dramas tonight. I think he'll be quite happy with how his race has gone. We saw him have one drama, but not a big one.
Yeah.
He kept it pointing the right way for the most part, so solid job from Mike. Marley now under pressure from Joker, so these two have come together. Marley has got significantly better tyre wear.
And he is out, comes out not too far behind blue flag. Both on the mediums now.
Contention here, isn't he? Yeah. And he's on mediums again then, so Andy's gone mediums again.
I think that's fair enough. He doesn't have to worry about tyres at all now. So
Derek has gone softs.
Mm-hmm.
So Derek is the first one onto the soft tyre for the final stint then. The switchback's lead is 1.1 seconds then, so he's pulled away again on this lap, and so he's broken Rom. Rom seems to be better around the first and the middle part of the lap, and then switchback seems to have it in the final sector.
Rom's dropped away. Switchback's going around for another lap. If anything, he's getting faster.
Rom is in, so Rom is in the cutting. As predicted earlier on, as Robin suggested.
Switchback's getting quicker, so 1:49.0. It's been lack of fuel. That's the fastest I've seen him go.
Jonesy out the final corner. Rom still in his pit box.
Come out.
So Jonesy will make it a brawl 1-2.
There's a lot of people still out on track. Where Rom comes out,
he's going to come out around by his teammate. He's going to come out between, because in comes Dusty Fossil.
Lucky for him.
Yeah, so he's going to come out just behind his teammate. He's on softs. He's on the soft tyre. He's got a bit of clear track here as well, so Homer won't be...
pit lane a little bit there.
I don't think pit lane.
He's okay. Are they not
on?
Okay.
Otherwise he would be kicking himself.
Yes.
I think 3 seconds is a bit much.
Yeah.
I know it's supposed to stop you doing it, but it's a bit much. Especially on certain circuits where the pit entry is a Road Atlanta, I'm thinking of particularly.
Yes. Dusty Fossil out of the pits and ahead of... No, not ahead of blue flag.
Just behind them.
Just behind Bread and just ahead of Andy.
Pretty much as you were. with that
Oh
group.
yeah, I was about to say, I was surprised Carl's coming out on the mediums, but he has to, doesn't he? He can't use the softs again.
So the or the gap between Rom and Switchback is 28 seconds now. In the first stint, it was 36, and Switchback cleared him by 3. Now, bear in mind, they're not going to need to fill the tank. So less stationary time, but Switchback is now on the red line, so he will be in this time around. What can Rom have done on this lap, though? Has he done enough?
Such a good job these past couple of laps as a Switchback. In he comes. Here we go.
He's going to have 1 lap fresher tyres for the rest of the race, though. It's the other way around in that stint. We saw Rom catching him. Jonesy's going to be in as well. He's burnt his foot left up, and he's also on the red line of fuel. Fuel going in for the current race leader. Rom is into the tunnel.
Jones is in there so bad his car's disappeared on my screen. Oh, there it is.
He's on his way here. Where's Rom?
He's going to get him easy.
Oh, yes, he is. So Rom leads.
2.5
gap
seconds.
Is reversed, yeah, 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
Yeah, so that's flipped around from the first pit stop. Rom hits the wall, though.
Oh.
Here we go, then Rom then hits the front. So taking that pain in the middle part of the race has paid up dividends for him now. George is coming out in P3. Homer's going to
Marley coming through. Marley's not pitted yet.
He's got to stop due. He's going to come out in P5, just behind Homer. Now, even though the soft tyres do get up to temperature quickly, you just need to be careful for a few corners because they will be a little bit leery. Interestingly, Homer's got that gap to Jonesy down to just 4.7 seconds. So Homer's done a bit of work there. Trying to close down Jonesy. So the battle for P3 is not necessarily over. Is it going to be a double podium for Braun or a double podium for Red Bull?
Here comes blue flag on Lennon for P6.
On the outside, we've seen this already.
Oh, that's a bold move.
Great move for blue flag. Great move there.
He was so close to the gravel there.
Yeah, we saw that earlier with Lennon in that position, and it paid off. Yeah, great driving again there. These two are very much part of the furniture here at FTRL. They race each other a lot. Steve Foster in the background, P8. I think he'll probably net P7 there with Marley still to stop.
Yeah. Andy's keeping up.
Andy doing really well tonight. Very impressed with Andy tonight.
Yep.
May not have the absolute outright pace, but has been consistent. And I think that's a big stepping stone of this, isn't it? Really, the consistency. Once you get the consistency down, then the speed can come. Derek then in a lonely P10, and Mikey in his obligatory P11. He's got 3.5 seconds to Joker. 12th, and then Bread, who is... Oh, Bread's pitted for tyres, but has not put fuel in.
Oh, Bread.
Oh, he's clicked the button. He's clicked the button. Too soon. So Bread is P13 anyway, so he's not going to be losing anything. There's a bit of pride damage there.
It's the appearance points that count.
Marley's in then, so he relinquishes P5. Now, Homer on the charge then, the gap to Jonesy's 4 seconds, and he's got 7 laps to close down. So let's keep an eye on that gap. Blue Flag and Lennon still very much together.
Mikey's in the wall, he's just come back on.
Nope, he's given up his P11.
I was just about to say it'd be interesting to see if Mikey comes up still P11, but I flicked to him and he was just sideways.
It's interesting. So, Mikey puts the grippiest tyre on and then starts going off.
In fact, to be fair, he's only just behind Marley. He might still get his P11 back.
True, you might get that back. Yep. So here we go then.
I think he did that deliberately just so he could battle P11. No, he's fucked it.
Oh wow!
It's all right.
Didn't like that cone. Didn't want that cone there anymore. He's moved that cone out of the way. That was clearly annoying him. And yep, there is his target. Brad then had been in for some fuel, and he's on his way again then. Up front, and Rom leads by 3.7 seconds, so he's got that gap penned. He's just on the fastest lap of the race as well, a 48.2. How's this lap going to be as the fuel starts to come off? We're going to get into the 47s in the race, not quite. 48.1 from him, switchback behind him.
He does not need to do any more. He does not need to be doing 48.1s now.
No.
3.5 second gap, just keep it consistent.
Oh, what's happened to Jonesy? Oh, his Josie's into the goal. He's going slow.
Jonesy!
What's going on? His car's on the wall.
Oh no!
What's going on? Yes. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. Oh no!
Oh no! Of course, with the tedious inevitability.
The hamster that was powering Jonesy's internet has keeled over and died.
Yep. Oh no!
Man.
Oh no!
Especially painful on these races.
Oh, I mean, in a sprint race, you could kind of forgive it because you get another chance or two in his only few laps. But to have done 29 laps, he's done nearly an hour's racing. Oh.
Zombie says he lagged out. Yes, Zombie, he lags out nearly every week at some point or other.
Yes. Graham is laughing at a dead hamster. That's disgusting from you, Graham. I'm disappointed. Poor hamster. Don't laugh at him. He's trying his hardest. Jonesy clearly hasn't fed him.
Genuinely useless creatures.
Why?
Hamsters, they just die at the drop of a hat.
Lots of hamsters when I was a kid. They were all they left like 3-4 years.
Maybe it was just me.
Maybe it was just me. I was going hamsters as a kid. Oh, switchback pushing hard. Oh, he's going to go around into the wall.
Oh,
Switchback is around.
Oh, that's it.
But he's got a 22-second gap, so he's not under any immediate pressure.
No, game over though.
Yeah, that's game over for the win then. So
Ron will see that gap increasing.
Romping clear.
And we'll probably still push for a 47.
48-2. Not far off. Oh, switchback then. He was pushing on.
I don't know if it's telling you this. Just I know we've had some glitches, but it's telling me Homer's done a 47.7.
Yes, he has. Fastest lap of the race, 47.7 for Homer then.
It's worth
getting the hammer down. If he needed some encouragement, the fact that he's just halved the gap to switchback might be a bit more, but with 5 laps to go.
Point for fastest lap. Or is it 2 points?
Oh, he does 47.1. Wow, Homer is absolutely flying. Homer suddenly.
That's ridiculous.
Homer
hamster pace.
He did qualify 4th. He was good qualifying, but he's hooked it up in the race very nicely then. So, there you go then. Homer absolutely motoring at this time then. It's a shame he's got 11 seconds to try and close in 5 laps. Switchback wants another off, although you'd imagine now Switchback will just roll out of that a little bit and just focus on getting it home. I think with that gap at 3 seconds, it's tantalisingly close. You just want to keep the pressure on, but unfortunately, that means taking risks.
Len and Blue Flag still close together to P4.
This is the battle then.
And Andy, actually the battle's just behind. Andy and Dusty Fossil are right together.
I'd be very happy if he can take this P6 away. Dusty Fossil's a little bit wide, and Andy thought about getting up the inside there, but the door got shut. Oh yeah, Steph lagged out as well. Oh, unlucky Steph. Yeah, that's
bad luck, Steph.
Two lag outs tonight then. So unfortunately, internet providers are not doing their end of the bargain tonight. So unlucky, mate. Then now under big pressure, so both the One Motorsport cars on the attack.
Like he's giving himself a penalty just to make sure he stays P11.
He's got 44 seconds to bread, so he's not under any immediate pressure.
Brom has dipped into the 147s on his last lap, but there's no way he's beating that time from Homer. I genuinely don't know how he's done that. He's coming up for another one as well. No, 147 something.
7.
Yeah.
6 and 7.
I don't know where. I do not know where that came from. No.
He's absolutely helped up, hasn't he? Absolutely flying there. I think this is just what we were talking about earlier with the qualifying being longer. You get into a bit of a groove, and I think he's just played himself in, got onto some sticky tyres, got the fuel down, and has absolutely nailed it.
I like to think Jonesy glitched the game and just teleported him forward 100 yards or so.
So Lennon back on the attack. Blue flag, and Andy's still all over the back of Carl, who's very sideways. In fact, Andy's going to get the move done.
Yep, he's got him.
So Chasey becomes the chaser, and vice versa. Andy's getting a bit laggy now as well.
Watch those curbs, oh my word. We don't want
to the inside, they get that aggressive line there, trying to disrupt Andy, showing the mirrors, trying to put him off, make a mistake. Just thought he could really do through this sector, although we have seen some good moves around this double left-hander here. I would not have had it as a overtaking place. Although he said that I've really done this in sort of daily races, and frankly, if you even try and make a move or anywhere around here, you will be put into the gravel. So that's maybe why. Oh, Andy trying to get the wide line, touches the gravel on the outside, gets away with it.
I was going to say he was on a blue lap time, but he just needs to simmer it down a little bit. to this point, only a few laps left. A pretty good performance from One Motorsport, boys. P5, P6.
Solid work from them.
Red Bull ruling today's race, though. P1, P3.
Yeah, Dusty Foster, though, is not finished. So he can even come back at Andy, and Lennon has lost a bit of time to Blue Flag, so Blue Flag has pulled away now. So I don't know if Lennon's made a mistake somewhere.
I think he's just losing time, to be honest, just in general. He has to keep an eye on his fuel as well a little bit.
A second before, he's now 3 laps, so I think he's had a mistake somewhere on this lap.
Yeah, this is a slow lap, to be fair. This is going to be a 150 something.
47.5, Homer's still plugging those laps in.
Yeah, it's a 150 for Lennon. A 148.5 from Blue Flag, so he's just, I think he's just got that hammered
somewhere,
out.
hasn't he?
Yeah.
And he's got out of slipstream range of Dusty Foster as well, so he's got that P6 nailed at the moment, but still 3 laps to go.
Homer's doing his best to achieve the impossible. He's now within 10 seconds of switchback, but he is going to have to hope for another mistake, which I can't see happening, to be honest.
Marley closing in on Joker, who's despite his early dramas, to P9.
Homer was nearly off there.
In fact, Mikey's not run that out of this as well, so we've got a battle on for P9, Joker, Marley and Mikey.
Mikey doesn't want to change positions.
Mikey doesn't want to change positions, obviously. No.
He's not going to get himself involved in this fight.
As Homer maybe just had the warning to himself there to just ease up on that a little bit, so Brent's slowing down to get out of everybody's way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dusty Foster's in the gravel.
Oh, he's lost it.
Off.
He's dropped it.
Snaked off at the corner before maybe, and now he's going to be under pressure from Derek, so Derek now can see P7.
That should
just be careful.
Seal P6 for Andy.
Indeed, Andy will be very, very happy with that coming into
absolutely.
After his how his race at Dragon Trail went. Getting back to speed then, but now Derek now just 2.2 seconds behind. Car's gonna have dirty tyres still, so he just needs to be careful for another couple of corners. Get those tyres cleaned up. Get underway again. Meanwhile, up front now on his penultimate lap of the race, and Rom Elson is absolutely cruising. He says as he gets a tag slapper on. No, he's not cruising that hard.
Slow down, Rom, for God's sake.
Well, you say that, but I sometimes think if you start to roll back a little bit, you kind of lose your focus. I think sometimes you just need to get into your groove and just kind of...
Just a touch.
Yeah, just
he's
a touch.
He's in danger of doing an unsafe release classic.
He's still got 50 seconds to play with, so he's okay.
Yeah.
Switch back. Gap behind is 9 seconds, but not under pressure. However, he's on the red line, but I think...
Should be okay from this point. 1.5 laps to
when
go.
Does it come on? It's usually about 1.3 laps, isn't it?
I think a bit more than that. I think it should be.
It'll probably be different on our screen with his, but yeah, he's getting close. But I'm sure he's probably okay.
Rom's the same, and I know he's a bit further ahead, but he should be okay. I think they've judged that all right. Anybody else? Oh, Lennon, I'm not so sure about. Lennon's well into the red. Time for a bit of fuel saving.
7 seconds, but he's got to go. So yeah, he might be short shifting and fuel saving. Fuel mode 6.
He's short shifting massively. Well, he was then. Yeah. Just needs to make absolutely sure.
As well, so his teammate behind him, and then there's 5 seconds from there just back to Dusty Foster, so he should be okay. Although we did see last time we were here, we did see Fro run out of fuel out of the final quarter, so it's not uncommon around here.
He's not short shifting as much as I'd like.
Both P9 now. Joker, Marley, and Mikey are together, so this is going to be interesting for their final lap and a half. Rom then on his way.
He's finally, I think, calmed down. Just seeing it at home. I think once you get into that final lap, it really kicks in. Like, I can take it easy now.
Marley has slowed to a pedestrian 48.2 last time around. Everybody else just kind of spread out a little bit now.
Yeah.
I say that Dusty Foster and Derek McDonald are still very much on. So start their final lap, and there's battle for P9 as well. Joker's got Marley in his slipstream, and Mikey's just outside. not over.
Dusty really should have P7 so not the difference in the tyres. But you never know.
Not benefiting massively from tyre weather, but out of the chicane for the final time, kicks up the dirt. But no dramas. Onto the bridge then for the final time.
Great drive all in all.
Yeah, Rom has been
Really did. Toe the
quickest
line.
man in the race.
Towed it perfectly.
We're doing it, and I did call it. I'm just going to point that out. So Rom then is your victor in week 4. Rom wins.
Well done, Rom.
Switchback then coming out of the tunnel. Good drive
Top
from him.
6.
That's the first and the second in the 2 endurance races. Good points for him.
The top 6 pretty much nailed on. I'm keeping a close eye on Lennon's fuel, but I think he's going to make it just about.
Homer then backing up last week's victory. Star of this final stint with that 47.1. Absolutely rapid pace.
We're getting the bonus points, which will help.
Let's have a look at this battle for P7.
Big
clear.
result
Meanwhile,
for Team Red
further
Bull.
back for P9. Oh, Marley's got a half-second penalty on the final lap.
Oh,
Mikey's going to be furious.
yeah, he's going to lose out here, Mikey.
Lose out on that P11. He so desperately prayed that Marley's lifted there.
Lennon's made it. Scosh field, but he has made it into P5, and he will come into P6.
P6, Andy, great job from him. Here comes the battle for P7. It's going to be Dusty Fossil.
Dusty's got it.
Well done. Solid points for him. Derek at P8. And this battle for P9's got closer still. They're all in slipstream races. They head towards the line.
Come on, Mikey. You know what
Marley's
you
got
want to
a
do.
penalty there. It'll drop a second on the line. So. And it's as you are the Joker, Marley and Mike across the line. Unfortunately, Marley dropping back then. Oh, Lennon was filled by a lap again, Jesus.
Well,
it's not like that target moved, Lennon. That's been the target for about an hour. There we go. So Rob then is victorious then in week 4 in our second endurance race with Switchback in second and Homer in third. Then great week for Red Bull, but what might have been for Braun.
Yeah.
With Jonesy unfortunately lagging out there.
Jonesy.
Oh, poor Jonesy.
Great race overall, though. Really
victorious
good.
margin then, 15.5 seconds in the end there after that mistake from Switchback as he tried to put the pressure back on, but still solid work from him. Homer then, a great job in P3. A lonely P3 in the end for him there. Blue flag ended up quite a lonely P4. Good recovery after his early drama. Lennon then get P5 despite not putting enough fuel in his car. Does some excellent fuel saving there to get him to the flag just ahead of his teammate Andy, who had a great job in that one there. Just kept himself out of trouble. Picked off those who had issues, and a solid P6 there for Andy. I think he'll be quite happy with that. Dusty Fossil, P7. I think I'd just be happy to have got off the line this week.
Yep.
Just holding off Derek there at the end in P8. Then Joker then prevailing in that battle for P9, just ahead of Mikey and Marley, who picked up that second penalty then, despite finishing 10th on track. Brett, whose race kind of got undone by forgetting to put fuel in at his last pit stop. Had to do another stop there. He finishes a lap down, and then the 2 unfortunate lag outs, which was Steph and Jonesy. Big shame for those 2. But we bounce back in 2 weeks' time then. So that is the end of this evening's festivities. We are back tomorrow with GT1. It is the second endurance race for us, and we are at Trial Mountain then, another of the OG Gran Turismo circuits then. Slightly rehashed from the original as we look at some lovely sea lions. Well,
It's the old elephant seals, isn't it?
Elephant seals indeed. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the designers were thinking with that, but there you go. Lots of them. So then back to 8:30 tomorrow. Please do join. I think it's Switchback and Blue Flag on comms tomorrow for that. And then we've got a week break while some of the FTRL community are taking part in a 24-hour endurance race. And so I'm sure part of that will be streamed, possibly some POVs.
Time to start getting warmed up.
Indeed, we'll post some linkage to the streams for that one, so please do come cheer on our guys. And then we're back in 2 weeks' time then, but of course we've got GT1 to get out of the way tomorrow first, and then action resumes with our first special event week. Then it is the double header of Bathurst and Fuji. So it's a mixture grid. Then we'll have one driver from GT1 and one driver from GT2 in each of the races on Thursday and Friday. Thursday is Bathurst, Friday is Fuji. GT3 is as normal with its 3 sprint races on the Wednesday.
Do you know which one you're racing at, Lee?
I do, yes. I think I am pedalling my car at Fuji.
Yeah, I think we're still TBD. I prefer driving Bathurst, but I'm probably quicker at Fuji in all honesty. So we'll see. We'll see.
To be fair, I remember that season we did in the it was the career mode in the Ford, and you absolutely smashed it around there, didn't you?
I did get the win. I've had a couple of wins at Fuji. Yeah.
I was talking about the Bathurst.
Oh, the Bathurst one. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Smashed it
Yeah.
massively,
So
so.
that was a long time ago.
Was a long time ago. Well,
Many crashes at Bathurst since then.
true, haven't we all? Haven't we all?
Yeah, indeed.
So that's it for us for this evening. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't already liked the stream before you go, please do so, or Graham will not be back. And yeah, we'll see you. Well, Switchback and Blue Flag will see you tomorrow for GT1. But from us, good evening and goodbye.
Good evening.